The Atlantis Events cruise. Now, this is super topical because they just got off the ship this week. John, the Atlantis Events cruise sailed last week, as we said, from Fort Lauderdale on a 9-day itinerary that included ports of call, including Labadee and Aruba and Curacao. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? With countless bars, multiple restaurants, a huge gym, concerts, performances, and of course, the usual all-night dance parties. The big ship was rocking, by the way, in more than one way from start to finish. It was the Harmony of the Seas as the cruise ship, and it was the largest LGBT cruise in history. But something happened. Watch this.
All right, sailors, before you start filming yourself for OnlyFans, listen up, because the powers that be have set some ground rules. Apparently, some sailors on board the Harmony of the Seas have been getting a little too frisky, and they're ruining the party for everyone else. So the cruise gods have issued a decree. Keep it in your pants, guys.
If you're caught filming adult spicy content or posting nude photos while you're on board, you'll be kicked off the ship faster than you can say, "Grab my poppers."
Now, we know you're all raring to go, and that's great. Just remember to be respectful of your fellow sailors and keep things private. Don't make the team of volunteers monitoring your behavior work overtime. After all, this is a cruise, not a Pornhub channel. And let's be real here. Who wants to spend their vacation getting kicked off the ship with no refund? Not us. So keep it classy, sailors, and have a sexy and wild time. And don't worry, OnlyFans founder Dominic Ford has got your back. He says as long as you're careful and smart about filming, you'll be just fine. So let's get ready to sail the high seas and make some memories that'll make our grandkids blush. Put on your sexiest swimwear, get ready for tea dance, and make this the horniest cruise ever. Cheers, sailors, and we'll see you on the high seas.
Question 4. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Atlantis cruise was over the top gayness in Fort Lauderdale.
Completely.
Okay. They issued.
No.
You're not gonna cheer
What
this?
an effing degrading statement. Like, hey, we found some of your Urban Dictionary key phrases like poppers. Just say like there's no public sex. It's a rule.
In full disclosure, this video was produced by Cruise 365, which is an interesting brand that talks about the cruise industry. But they did issue a code of conduct statement of saying, basically, we're telling you no public sex, no video of sex, 5,400 gay men to marginally interesting to whatever, gay men. And
okay, but Al, you have the travel background. Why would they say no to that? Like, isn't that more exposure for the cruise and for next year for more debauchery to happen? Like,
no, that's not their biggest breadwinner.
It's
not. And so having been a part of some of the chat groups on the Atlantis cruise, I can really tell you that wasn't upheld. It's one of those, as long as the flashlight's not out, I'm okay. I've seen several postings of situations. The dick deck, probably there's some folks who left away with some gonorrhea twice in the same night. It's okay. As well as, let's be very clear, now people can post all their adventures. Now they're off the ship. OnlyFans, Twitter has been flipping crazy with all the reveals.
Yeah.
They waited until the day they got off the ship and they were like, bitch,
I get to post everything now, right?
But run me my coins.
Yeah.
Give me a subscription.
But for some gay boys, it really changed their life. Like, so I have a gay boy crew. His name is Luke, not your Luke, all right? He says, this was the most liberating, beautiful, euphoric, transformative experience of my life. And I am forever grateful for the memories I've made. Isn't that crazy? Like, from just debauchery and sex all day for freaking 10 days.
And I heard John Waters was having appetizers in a cum bucket.
That's the thing. Making John Waters references. Get your gay card back.
That was that Bacardi shot. But let's be clear, that is a real thing. We laugh because it's true.
It is true.
How many shots, or maybe y'all haven't done shots at somebody's navel or somebody's booty hole. That's a real thing.
Oh yeah.
What
are you talking about? I did that yesterday. It was Valentine's Day.
I have a good friend of mine. He was on Gay Town Hall on Happening Out Television Network. He's staying with me all week. And he came down last week, stayed the Friday night.
Because he's treating the gonorrhea? Is that why? Because he's
Yeah,
treating the
he's got
gonorrhea
a
this week?
CPAC,
He's got to
baby.
stay here.
Al
Gotta
has
get
all the
that CPAC.
medication.
He can't go nowhere. I was like, what you need, boo? I got you. What you need? How many days were you on? Oh, you need this one. You
And all
need
my
this extra
years,
strength.
all my years of living, this is what I'm exposed. This is what I know.
It's Tuesday. This is what you need. And he's here all week. He's here for the big gay tennis tournament here in South Florida. But he has all of these stories of what went on, and it's racy. There's no question.
No, for sure.
It's racy, and it's interesting to me because back to the question as to why. This is Royal Caribbean, Harmony of the Seas, 5,400 people. This is the biggest gay cruise in history. They got off the ship, but Kaya got on their ship. They're going to get off, and then a third LGBT cruise is going to happen, Olivia and the girls. And
please. There's a lot of sex there too, my friends. Trust.
They got on, but they just never get on.
But the level of debauchery is now going down and down and down. So you got the Harmony, then you got Makai, because I've seen
And then they bring the women in to clean the shit.
Right. And then,
F you.
and then it's like the women come on like, hey,
oh my
let's
gosh.
plan a trip together.
That's right,
Let's move in.
exactly. And when we get off, I'm going to get my...
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But it being the over-the-top one, how many cruises can you go on? And over the PA system, they say, if you see an island, bring it inside. If you see a tree, bring it inside. You cannot do it outside.
Yeah, you can't do it outside.
Look,
it's interesting from the standpoint of this going on, and my friend that is staying with me talks about all of the things that he saw. Now, to the answer to the question,
Say it.
Royal Caribbean is chartering the ship, and it's valuable. They want to do it. They joke that they're going to run out of vodka, and et cetera, and that has happened on LGBT-related cruises. But at the end of the day, that's once a year.
Yeah.
And Royal Caribbean or the cruise line has a brand embracement where they also want to pitch for the villages. And if the villages sees this, they think this is what the cruise line is all about, which of course is not true.
Yeah.
It's just this week, but they're protecting brand.
But folks plan ahead a whole year out. So this is almost sold out already now because folks are already looking forward to planning the outfits. They can't wait for the theme
Listen,
parties.
I have friends. I have a gay boyfriend who is not so good looking. He says it himself, okay? And he's the
right
one.
here,
and
Faye.
he
My
go-
name's
I would never
Cameron.
say that to you, Cameron. I only say that behind your back. Anyway, and he says he goes to these cruises to just get laid. It doesn't matter how he looks like that. Here in South Florida, he can't get laid like that, like he does on one of these cruises, where he's just effing all day long. And again, not a good-looking boy.
That's really interesting because I never really understood what Elimination's plight was, but now I have complete understanding. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.